day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody out there? I've got a new Yeti microphone. Good afternoon. Clearly, I'm not done running my mouth. Just feeling a lot, I, like everybody else, I'm probably tired of this world and other people deciding who and what I should be. I won't tolerate it. I don't tolerate that bullshit. Been that way all my life. Tell me I have to be cool. I have to talk a certain way. I have to look a certain way. I'm required to love a certain sex that, and it's all bullshit, man. It's done intentionally. I tell you something. There ain't nothing wrong with you. Right? It may feel like it. Here, let's go with this. It'll match today. It'll match this one. Now, okay, sounds good. Now, you may be saying, but yeah, Dion, but you're the epitome of a white male. When the fuck would you know about this stuff? And that'd be a great question to ask. It would. I think it would. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. And we got Amber. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Daily Trudge has been a little different. I would say remarks like, for those of you that don't have a camera, it's because, I don't know what's it, but people are loving it on the Podbean, so why not? And I asked Podbean, I said, hey, here, I'm gonna read this email to you. I said, so I'm curious about something and need a little help. For some reason, my downloads are increasing for some of my podcasts and others are staying the same. The difference between the two is that is a live that I do each day, and the other is a podcast with another speaker telling their story. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing right so I can keep doing that. I do not really promote as I'm an attraction person, but if I can help more people, I would like to. And I really wish I would have put more thought into this, but they said, thank you for reaching out. There are a number of reasons why podcasts might experience increase in hits like this. One reason is the interest of your listeners. That makes sense, right? The topics that your episode about, setting the correct episode title. And I've gotten pretty good with titles. I'm actually but I don't think that explains it. I don't think that here's some more important techniques and concerns. Get a real microphone. Get close, but not too close. Prepare, but don't script. Reduce the noise. Come up with a format. Talk to your friends and listeners. Do it on a schedule. Slow down, relax. Bring a friend. Detail, detail, detail. Yeah, nah, wasn't very good. That was horrible advice. In other words, they said, you don't know what you're doing. That's what they just told me. Okay. They don't want to listen. And that's a great example because even in that, they're inside this box of what everybody should be doing, right? Hi, CJ. I'm real lucky on the rhyming on that one. Welcome to Daily Trudge. Let's get this part over with. I'm Dion. If you're here, please say hello. Bada, bada, bada. Bada, bada, bing, bada, boom. Big bada, boom. For you Fifth Element fans out there. Multipass. All right. Sayings like, think outside the box, So, I've never been anything close to what other people think I should be, ever. It's never been that way. and people you seem to like to, point things out or yeah, like working. I get crap for that, but even growing up, right? Um, I used to put on girls' clothes and run around. I played with dolls, fucked around with makeup. I'm not gay. I'm not. I have no sexual preference towards men, but I know a good looking dude when I see one, so I don't see the problem. I got called gay quite a bit by my own family, maybe not directly. Like the time I wanted to be when I wanted to do ballet dancing. Okay? I also wanted to do tap dancing. Tap dancing was something I was really, really interested in. But I didn't go for the sports. I didn't go for this, for that. I was more of a music kid, right? That that as a man, I'm supposed to be this, I'm supposed to be that. One of the things that I've done in my life that cleared the way for other people is cosplay. Yeah. See, I took a lot of fucking flack for cosplay, for dressing up as something, and you go walking through King Supers or the grocery store or whatever, right? Oh, you're going to the Ren Fest? I'm like, it's January. Taking a lot of flack. I used to get a lot of flack because I'm white and I used to say peace out. A lot of flack. Oh, you're the wrong color. You're not allowed to say that. But we don't need to talk about my bullshit. We can talk in general on this one, right? It's okay to be different. Everybody's different. There's no two people the same. Yeah. Mm-mm. And I'm bringing this up because I see a lot of people complaining and bitching about different things going on, but I don't really see it happening. You know, are we going to believe what are we going to believe what Nine News tells us? Really? Really? Do you think Nine News has your best interest? Because they don't. They do not. What is online and what happens in real life are very two separate things. I have found that out. You know, people they're complaining. One Karen after another. That'd be the worst name to have right now is Karen. Yeah, yeah. See Michelle Hunt. And I get, I'm born in 1970. So you're Peach. There you go. You guys will like this one. All right, because for me growing up, the people in my neighborhood were kind of racist, but that's because they didn't understand it. And I never quite understood because they also picked on me. So it was like, okay, why are you just going out of your way to figure out what is wrong with other people? And it was at a young age when I would ask people things like, well, why are you so insecure? I've always been very blunt when I speak. This is who I am, but you guys will appreciate this one. So what I was going to do is kind of a running joke, and this is my joke. I made it up, or I stole it from somebody. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I made it up. That what I do is change my last name to Cracker. Right, because I'm white. Right, Cracker, and then I was going to have children with different ethnicities. Right, so I have one with a white girl, call it Saltine. Have one with a black girl, call it Melba. Hispanic, Graham. Graham Cracker, Melba. Okay. All right. Stupid joke. I know. It's not. It's funny. But, when we run around, like racist is the big thing, Um, and unfortunately now I don't think that we need to go there. Just because you look at somebody and you see them doing something does not mean that we have a right to place them in a group of people. That's not cool, man. Oreo. There we go. That's a good one. Not really a cracker, but I'll go for a cookie at this one. Yeah, Oreo would be. See, we all have fun with this stuff. You know, I think a lot of what it is this. Okay, here's a good place. Kids that bully have parents that bully them. Yeah, not really coming from the kids. It's coming because, oh, my dad says, or this group of people says, yeah, but what do you fucking think? What do you think about it? Because you might bring something up and it goes against the fabric of other people or against how they feel or whatever, and suddenly you're toxic. Why is it that we as a people get to deem somebody toxic? Drives me crazy. All right. Those people aren't toxic. Somebody's being an asshole. Right. We record things and we edit and we cut them so that it fits. Right. And this guy, he literally put something out called the 12-step workbook, and he's charging for it, right? And so he says, you're going against, this is like totally against the traditions. And they write, oh yeah, well, which ones, and be specific. And I had to say something. And I said the fact that you even have to ask which ones tells me that you've never read the traditions. That's what that says. Let's call a spade a spade. If you're trying to make money off of it, then just be clear. What are your intentions? What are you doing, right? It's okay to be you. That's all right. Okay? Nothing wrong with you. You might feel like there's something wrong with you, but there isn't. You want to know how I know? God don't make no junk. I was just talking with my husband. He's half black and white. So are my kids. Not a problem. All of them are assholes. I have a feeling that was not an add-on to the. I don't think you were calling all your kids assholes. It just turned out that way. So I think she would comment into something else because I don't think she just called all of her kids assholes. Those cracker assholes. Sorry. I'm a cracker. I can say that, right? See, even that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, but it can be scary to be yourself, huh? Here's the first thing is this world wants to deem what you are. And we put everything into classifications. Even growing up. Oh, well, you got the jocks, you got the stoners, you got the geeks, you got the nerds, you got the freaks, you got this, and all these different things. And sometimes we even need to make up words in order for us to be identified by something, right? Like with peer coaching, now there's like peer coaching expert. Sure, just don't invite any white people. Sorry. Oh, CJ asked, can I have soup without crackers? Yes, you can. I think it's a little weird. But what is weird? What is normal? Because there is no fucking normal, right? So we got to stop listening to all this rigmarole that's being made up by the media and people that want to control you because they're creating division and putting you in those classes. They are. Right? Maybe your next door neighbor has a Confederate flag. Does that make him racist? No, it does not. Although you could probably assume that since most people that do have a Confederate flag may be kind of racist, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that person is racist. See a black guy walking around with gold chains and a clock over his neck. Does he listen to rap? Who knows? He might love heavy metal for all we know. Right? This conformity that society wants us to fit in, that you got to fit inside this box. Well, that's just a way to control people, because gosh, they really don't want us having our own thoughts. They don't want us. How often has Facebook tried to take me down? Several times. People try it all the time. It's been a while. Even now, people give me flack that, because I'm a 54-year-old white male who shares his feelings. Oh, I know people judge that. I know they do. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't want to be everybody's cup of tea, man. So it can be hard, but the first thing that you're going to need to do is find out who you are. Yeah. So it's okay to be weird. It's okay to have different color hair. If you want to put tattoos all over your face, that's up to you, man. Right? The right to everybody's individual freedom to think and talk and walk and act as they want. Yeah. And that we can understand that it's okay. And, it's just, I'm seeing a lot of people divide because of the politics right now. And that sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah. And you're right, Clara Joyce. You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody wants to be wanted, needed, and loved, but it's got to be for who we are, or it won't work. It won't work. There's some of us that knows what it feels like to be put aside, man. All of our lives have been put aside. It's happened to me quite often. I could have gone the same. No, I couldn't have, just because I just can't morally do it. But I could do the same thing everybody else is doing out there by going after Instagram and TikTok and, oh gosh, we got to get popular. And that just doesn't interest me. Now it used to, when I was still drinking stuff, because I didn't know who I was yet. But I found out that if people don't love me for who I am, then they just don't need to be in my life. Clara Joyce says, God will put you back together in front of people who broke you. Yeah. By being a good example, right? I never, in the program, I certainly never ask any of you to do or advise somebody else to do something that I'm not currently doing myself or have done. That's kind of the rule when it comes to leadership. Okay. The reason I started the podcast is so that people that don't usually get to tell their stories because of fear of repercussions from other assholes, so that they have a place to tell their story, pass it on, so that another person might be helped by what they did. That's the main point of the podcast. I don't announce it much, because if I say it that way, then people will think less of themselves, and that's not what I'm going after. It's not what I'm going after. All right. But if I can come on here and give people some courage to be who they are, because you're fucking beautiful, right, then I'm willing to do it. Right. But it's scary. It's scary. Who knows who could jump on here and call me this, call me that. Maybe somebody from my past be like, oh, Dion, but I remember when you did this. But here's the cool thing. I settled my past. Okay. See, if you can get to a point where they ain't got nothing on you anymore, there's a freedom. Right. And that doesn't mean you have to go around and change and do all these other things. In fact, Amber said it earlier that when you stop being offended by everything, you become free. Yeah. So, there's a lot of posts out there where it seems like the intention is good, but really it's just name calling. Right? I'm tired of everybody assuming that I'm Republican. They do. My family does it a lot because people tend to think you have to be Republican or you have to be Democrat. Bullshit. You ain't got to be neither, man. I'll tell you how I vote. I vote based on the needs of my community. And right now, fentanyl is the number one thing on my mind when it comes to this country. Mental health services. That is what I'm after. Okay. Now, what does that have to do with voting? Nothing. What am I actually doing? See, we can complain and we can complain and we can complain, but if you aren't actually doing something, you have no right to fucking complain. Then you're just whining, and that will solve nothing, and I don't have time for that. Well, I do have time for it, but I ain't going to make time for it. Right? I'm 54. I still play video games almost every day. But what I don't want is people to think that they're less than because of a person that doesn't even know you. Does it affect? Yes. There are going to be things in your life. It ain't over with. There will be things in your life that directly affect you and you had no control over. You had no control over the decision. Happens all the time everywhere, man. There are decisions being made right now about your body. Is that right? I don't think so. Right? Like I want all the fucking fentanyl dealers out. I want them all out. Right? Right. I'm also a believer that you have a right to your own fucking body, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says about that. I support trans people. Actually, I don't support trans people. I don't support black people. I don't support white people. I don't support sexuality. What I support is the fact that you are a child of God. That I'll support. I'll get on that all day. But even saying all that in a way makes me a bigot. See? We got to be careful what we put out there, because when we put intentions out there that are a little nefarious, what happens is you start to separate yourself from the crowd, right? So the key for me is to find something meaningful in my life and putting effort towards that, which can be tough to do. Yeah. I'll give you another great example. I love Deadpool. Love Deadpool. I found out Ryan Reynolds, oh man, no, I will not do anything Deadpool anymore. I'm not going to sit here and why and all those other things. But I always had this inkling, because he always had like these weird jokes and stuff. And what it felt more was a jab than a joke. Because half the time I didn't get it, right? And even in the Deadpool movies, you could see him gaslighting people that aren't in the movie and stuff all the time. And that man's a true narcissist. No thanks. I don't give a fuck how much I love Deadpool. I'll not watch another episode. I'm tossing all my shirts. Yeah, changed my mind. All right. And I'm just kind of yakking here. And I want to play with my new microphone. Can't really play with a new microphone because you just talk into it. It's not like it's got auto-tune on it or something. Right? No, the singing you hear here is my natural voice. So my natural voice singing sucks, but I'm very good at copying other people. It's kind of weird. So, but I think mostly what I wanted to get across was it's okay to be you, and it's okay to be inexplicably you. And if other people have a problem with it, then let them have a problem with it. Let them, you know. Um, when you become your true, genuine self, there's always going to be somebody that has a problem with it because you are not doing what they want you to do, how they expect you to act from their own perception. And that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. You can't fight the power. We're back to fighting stigma. Everybody's on that one. Oh, we're going to fight stigma. National Homeless Alliance to End Homelessness. They've been live as they've done nothing. They're just sitting there. Oh, I wrote this new book, and we should do this and we should do that. All they're doing is complaining about the problem. They're not ending homelessness. They're just making money to fill their own fucking pockets. Because all the money that they spent to put that on, they could have housed people. They could have taken all that money and housed people. These videos that we watch, remember, there's always someone running the camera. There's always someone running the camera. No matter how good it seems, it ain't real, man. Okay, the internet is not real. It's not. It is easy. It is easy to be someone you are not while hiding behind a screen. See, right here, I don't have a choice. I got to be who I am. I have to be. Or because you guys know bullshit when you see it. You'll know I'll being you would know I was being disingenuine. Right? So don't worry about those people, man. Because if they ain't focused on you, they're going to be focused on somebody because they need to feel better about themselves somehow. And the number one way to do it in America is by cutting down somebody else's ideals, by cutting down who they are. Right? It's kind of like people saying that trans people are sexualizing children. No, that is not the purpose of trans. Okay, but I am against anyone sexualizing our children. Gay, straight, trans, not. I don't give a fuck what you are. You're sexualizing our children. You're going reading books and and you're not trans, but you wear a skippy shirt and your girls are hanging out, or a guy wears a spandex and so his junk showing or whatever, so our butts look good or whatever. That is sexualizing children, and I won't go for it. I don't give a fuck how it's done or who you are. It has nothing to do with that. There should not be any separation, and you are not apart from God. You are not apart from God. God doesn't make fucking junk. And you are not junk. He made you exactly the way that you needed to be so that his world would be better. You make this world better just by being in it. It's true. But they ain't going to tell you that out here. They're not going to tell you that. No, they want you to buy this programmer or buy that programmer. Anything in life really worth having is free. Having a good set of morals, treating people right, stopping and listening for at least a few minutes just because somebody was a little angry with you. You can take that and turn around and be like, well, what do we need to do so that you can have a better fucking day, dude? Right? So I'll kind of end with this. Be you, inexplicably you. Find out who you are. Okay? I'm deranged, man, sometimes. I'm deranged according to other people. Oh, you're over emotional according to other people. No, I am not. I'm not. Am I sensitive? Yes, I am. I know that about me. But I use my sensitiveness so that other people are included. I do not take offense to it. All right. All right. I'm glad the microphones sounded really good too. So thank you for letting me know, Claire Joyce. All right. Because I usually ask Amber, but she can't hear worth shit. So I'm only doing that so we can laugh a little bit. You young whippersnappers in your rock and roll. Right. So, and that isn't that what's great about AA? Isn't that what's great about recovery? Is you shouldn't have to worry about that shit. You shouldn't have to. All right. And if you come to any meeting I'm in, I'll make sure you feel that way. I'll make sure you do. If I can, you bet. Because I want you to be a part of. I want you to be part of the brotherhood. I want you to be part of the sisterhood. I do. Of course I do. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. I do. You know I do. Here's that peace out, which I've been saying for a long time, that white people used to give me, only black people are allowed to say that. Well, you know, I was born the same day Jimi Hendrix died. My name's Dion. I'm half black. It's a running joke that Dion's black. It's a running joke. And I tell people, yeah, I'm half black from the waist up. You know, because people are always like, well, yeah, I'm black from the waist down. So I'm like, fuck, we'll mess with it. Now I'm Chinese all waist down. I'm all Chinese. So all of it's a joke, folks. All of it's a joke. All right. Peace out.